Hi everyone. This is Nam here. I hope everyone's doing well. And today in this video, I want to talk to you and share some of my revelations and insights I had through my own weight loss journey and also while helping other people who I coach as well. Now, when we talk about weight loss, I've had fair bit of experience going through weight loss journey in my own life, and for many years I've been losing and gaining weight. And every time I lost weight, it was when I was conscious about what I ate, I moved more, and I got the results, right? Then something would happen, or just time would pass and I would slowly but steadily put back on. Or sometimes if there was stressful situation in life, it just weight would just slowly creep very slowly, like 2 kilos a year. And if you don't become conscious again, like putting the weight loss above, over and above every other thing that's happening in your life, you can't I was not able to shed the weight. Then I would come to a point where touch the desperate point of saying, no, this has got to change. And then I would look at what diets work for me at that point, and I'd move more and lose more. And this led me to understand over time, and also doing learning yoga and going through this process of inner work as well, made me understand that I need to really quit doing this, putting this, like every other part of my life should stop when I'm doing weight loss. It's not a practical thing, especially when you become a mom and you're responsible for other people in your family. It is not possible for you to stop every other aspect and only think about yourself, right? um, I know many of you are in this situation, and in lockdown, it's people are going through more stress and more depression, and because of that, lots of people go through weight gain as well. So this just makes really well and clear, like loudly clear, that I understood for myself, this mind, this body. Unless the mind changes within, the body change cannot be sustained, because when you put all the energy to do something, some change, it happens. And then, but you need to keep consistently putting it on top to maintain it, right? And it does not happen now. Oh, after a short period of time, we are not able to sustain that. Reality of life strikes and we go back to square one. So I understood this mind needs to change to permanently shift this. And that's what I have. In the lockdown that we had in Melbourne for a long time, I really put myself first, and not in terms of just taking care of the nutrition and the movement. I also went through looking at nutrition more deeply to understand it was not just eating less, which was also not sustainable. It was also going beyond that to find out what are the other causes of, because I lead a pretty healthy lifestyle. I'm very choosy and very intentional about what I eat. I practice movement, exercise, walking regularly, but still something was not shifting. As you age, that also changes, right? So I had to really look at the diet and foods that was causing inflammation and causing weight gain through water retention and bloating and so on. So I needed to really look at food more under the microscope to find out what foods are causing those inflammation and remove that from my diet. So that played a huge role in feeling more my hormones became balanced, and the weight loss, not just eating less but avoiding the food that my body was not assimilating well, was definitely a part of the puzzle. But a huge part of the puzzle was actually working on my mind to see what are these patterns that I'm falling under. When is the time that I tend to overeat or have erratic eating habits? And it's usually around periods for women, and generally around stress for most people. And women are more hormonal, so we are more reactive to stress, external stresses that would make us find some some little bit of joy and pleasure in the food. And if you're cooking for the family, you're constantly dealing with food, so you can quite easily fall into the pattern of hiding behind food, in terms of using food as a way of accessing pleasure in your life. That can become a habit which happens subconsciously. You're not even aware of it. It happens subconsciously. Even if you're not eating, I've seen myself when I'm dieting, I would be cooking for variety of things for other people at home, and I wouldn't eat. I'd be strict with myself, but that was like a vicarious pleasure of still dealing with food, and I was getting pleasure out of food. And then I found this pattern and I realized I made some change. Actually, there are four aspects for weight loss. It is, we only talk about nutrition and exercise, but two other aspects which are really, really important before even you go into nutrition and exercise. Number one is mindset, number two is lifestyle, and then only you can go into your nutrition. Goes in order of importance. In my opinion, it really goes in order of importance. Mindset, if you've not worked on your mindset really well, then you move on to lifestyle, then you move on to your nutrition you're taking, then you move on to your exercise. Exercise has many benefits, but we are talking about weight loss here, right? But generally only these two pillars uh, are being concentrated by people, about what they eat, how much they eat, quantity, time, etc., and how much they move. But the mindset to feel positive is really, really important. If you don't have that, all other pillars, you're really standing on very, very soft ground, which is not going to give you a sustained change. So with mindset, of course, these days weight loss programs, they have started talking about mindfulness. They teach you how to be mindful when you're eating. So basically, being mindful while eating is to you can still practice it straight away when you are really relishing your food, feeling how your tongue feels, how it feels in your mouth, the taste, how the food looks, how it smells, how, so you're engaging all your senses to have a more satisfactory experience when you're eating food. So that helps you feel more satisfied, and so you're not going back to the pantry or cupboard just couple of hours or half an hour after you've had your meal. So mindfulness really helps. But what happens if you're not used to being mindful? Food is something you're using to combat your stress. You are reaching out for food when you're feeling stressful. Where do you even remember to be mindful? Not at all. So it starts before your meal. Mindfulness has to be part of your routine. In and Mindfulness is being in the present with your emotions, with the sensations in the body, and whatever feelings and thoughts that come up, you become aware of it, and just let it pass through your body. But that comes with practice. You need to learn and consistently practice to, it's really a skill. And when you do that, lots of emotions will come up. When you become aware, your body becomes aware of many emotions, feelings, triggers that have been sitting in the subconscious mind. That will all start to come up. When it starts to come up, both positive and negative emotions come up. So you could be at a place where you could go more into depression if more of your negative emotions that has been sitting in subconscious mind has come up. So that can be a scary space when people stop doing mindfulness or any kind of meditation. So that again puts you back in the square of going behind food to cope, and then it's a vicious cycle. Then you're worried about, then being overweight itself becomes a stress in itself, and it's like you just spiral down. So being mindfulness is the number one inner work. The importance you give for that in your weight loss journey has to be number one, is the important message I want to tell you in this video. Also, I want to share with you another tip you could start doing, is to make a list of 10 to 20 things that brings you joy and pleasure. Make a list of that. It could be anything, like going for a walk in the nature. It could be getting a massage, or going for a walk with your friend, or going to a movie, listening to music, dancing, whatever it is for you, right? 20, make those 20 to 30, if you can stretch up to 30. Make that list and start taking one activity from that list and take that time to enjoy pleasure by ticking one of those things that you came up with in the 20. So that way you are slowly but steadily redirecting and training your mind to gain pleasure from other things other than food as well. So even dressing well, doing some makeup, self-care, all of these things will help you gain pleasure from other areas of your life. So slowly you will stop relying fully on only food. And then there comes a time when you look at food only as fuel and not as something for pleasure, because you have so many other ways to bring pleasure in your life. Yeah. So that's a very, very powerful exercise. It's in fact a therapy used by psychologists. I have a background in psychology and yoga and commercial cookery. So I actually combine all this with all this information. I can tell you with confidence that this is actually a powerful therapy in called DBT that psychologists use, where they make you, where you go to make a list of things that bring you pleasure, and then you train yourself to take pleasure from that. So that is something you can start straight away. It seems so different and so counterintuitive, like of what you've heard till now about eating less and moving more. But this is like literally you're addressing the root cause of why you tend to overeat or why you tend to have erratic food habits. So I hope this information helps, and I would really would love it if you can like and subscribe and share and press the bell icon so you keep receiving notifications when I keep putting out videos. I'm putting out videos and content that are useful for people every week. So go ahead and press the subscribe button and press the bell icon and give me a thumbs up. Thank you. You have a nice day. Bye.